So, like you said, there are a lot of craft forms in India that are dying, and even back then, there were a lot many more that were dying. And the reason why we specifically narrowed down to this particular craft form and not others was the fact that UNESCO listed this in its intangible cultural heritage, and it mentioned that if this particular craft form is not revived, then it will definitely die because it was an age-old craft form, and the artisans were facing a lot many problems. They were old, they were not adaptive to the modern designs. They used to make big utensils which did not have a market, and they were exploited by a lot of middlemen. So when we came to know about this particular community, we thought that we are not at that scale where we can impact thousands of craft forms together, but we saw potential in this craft form. We saw a problem in this craft form that needed our intervention. So even though there are a lot of craft forms that needed intervention, this particular craft form was something which needed an urgent intervention from our end. And that's when we decided, even I know when we started, our aim was not to make this a brand or set up a store someday. At the very first days, it was mainly about just making sure that at the end of the day, how are we impacting them? Are we even impacting them by 5%? If they're earning 100 rupees per month, are we able to make that 105 rupees? Then that's the kind of impact we wanted to make. We wanted to take it step by step. And that's when, we started just solving the basic problems. We tried to remove the middlemen. We tried to give them a fair share of income. We tried to develop them as entrepreneurs, not as employees. Like even today, they are entrepreneurs of people. They are the main entrepreneurs leading people. They are not employees or workers of people. So we started doing a few things in the beginning. We started participating in exhibitions. We started developing small modern designs like teacups, like this particular cocktail glass, and the kind of things that could see a potential in the market. And then eventually, I guess we started developing on different things as and when the brand grew, as and when we could see that the artisans were now ready. And one of the major accomplishments that we could feel was when the younger artisans also started coming in, because that was also something that we had never realized would happen. But when COVID came, that was a blessing in disguise for us, because in a way, a lot of younger artisans also wanted to join us. They had lost their conventional jobs that were out there, and that's when they realized that it was the need to revive a particular craft form. And I would say, it's not something that we have done. I would not say that the three of us have revived this particular craft form. A lot of effort needs to come from the artisans as well, and we are so glad, we are so happy that the artisans were cooperative enough, were so participative enough, were entrepreneurs in real, to help us and to participate with us in the craft revival process.
Would you say that this is the legacy that like Beacon has created? And also, do you have some impact stories, like maybe stories of some artisans or stories that maybe add light to your day, to a day that has not been that great?
Absolutely. And in fact, those kind of stories are something that help us get through the most difficult of days. Like, for example, I'll tell you the story of Mandeep Bhaiya. He's a fairly young artisan. He's a 31-year-old artisan. The craft is being practiced in his family since the last 3 generations. We work with his father as well, Amrit Lal ji. So Amrit Lal ji was working with us since quite a long time. During COVID, Mandeep Bhaiya was working as a textile salesman. He lost his job, but he could see, the kind of work we were able to give Amrit Lalji during COVID as well. That's when he thought that, he can also come back to the, craft. He can also help his father. He learned the craft from his father, and he started making a lot of those products. And I would say today he is the kind of artisan who's our number one artisan in terms of the production that he does, and he's so participative in the entire process. He tells us about some new designs. He does a lot of cost cutting measures for us, and he's very quick, he's agile, he's adaptive to the risks that are out there. And I still remember, he sent us a voice note where he mentioned that the kind of love and support he has got from us is more than what he has received from his own family at times. And that was something which was very heartwarming. I sent that to my mother as well, because to remove those doubts from her as to if she thinks ki what am I doing. So I sent her this, that this is my real accomplishment. It is still the most important accomplishment for us than setting up a store, to see that the people you are impacting, them actually coming out and telling you that their lives have had a positive impact, because that is a symbol of, achievement that you get, that sense of accomplishment is unmatched, because that shows that your efforts have gone on and worked in the way you wanted them to work. So, I would say in the process of impacting these artisans, it is us who have got impacted a lot more. And it is their hope, their, positivity, their confidence in the craft form, their pride in the culture and heritage is what keeps us going as well.